Hey guys, Chris Weston here with the Rushtrucks, and we're going to be talking about steering on the trucks and pretty much the size of the racks, what valving, what pumps, coolers, reservoirs, and what you can use with the branding and sizes depending on tyre size and your personal preference. So to start with the racks, a 2.5 rack, so these are all second-hand parts. You can see they're pretty dirty, but the 2.5 is in reference to what the piston slides in and out of with your rack, this part. So it's a 4.5 inch slide that the rack will move left to right with a 2.5 inch piston, and it's widespread. So widespread meaning that you got this bar right across that joins onto the rack here itself. So it just shares the load. If they don't have this, all the load is on these 3 bolts, but the widespread is the go because it just shares the load. So if you've got a 2.5 rack that you want to use, 35 inch tyres, no problems. As soon as you go over 35 inch tyres, you really need to go up to a 3 inch rack, which is what we've got in this truck. So that's why I'll explain what you can use with what size. So 2.5 inch for 35s, and 3 inch from 37s up to 40s. Now control valves, this is like a sweep control valve. This is a Howe control valve. You can see the two difference. That one there with the red ring, and it's got a bigger spline. That's a high flow control valve. So that's what you use with a trophy truck pump, but I'll get into that. But 2.5, that's your normal control valve. Now inside here we got a little torsion bar. With a torsion bar, that will give you the feel of the steering wheel. So 185 is very light, like you can grab your finger and just go like that. 200 is medium, and 220 is a little bit heavier. So all it means is the resistance in the steering wheel. Now pumps, if you're running the LS, the base pump is like off your Chev. It's just a standard Chev pump. You take it in the power steering place. They up the volume, not so much the pressure, but the volume of the pump. Now you can get away with that with the 2.5 rack. The only thing is with those pumps, you're going to feel pressure, like you're going to catch the oil. So it's the coming in the corner and whipping back really quick. You'll actually catch that oil. So the next pump up is your Howe pump, like your buggy pump. They're pretty good. You catch a little bit of oil. Then you got the trophy truck pump, and obviously they are the best. You don't catch any oil, one finger, all day, every day. They're absolutely brilliant. But we've used everything. Our customers have got all different setups in their cars, and it's all working. So anything over 37 inch tyre, you really got to go to a 3.0, the big high flow, and the big trophy truck pump. You have no probs. Optional, run a cooler. So you can run a cooler if you're up to sort of 40 inch tyres. She's getting pretty heavy. So you can run an inline cooler like that, or Howe do an inline cooler as well. So that's a bit of a rundown there, your little unis that you use, and there's different splines and whatever. We've got it all written down there for you. So on this truck, we've got the 3 inch widespread rack, and you can see how we've mounted it in the center to get our geometry right. And on full lock, when we turn it right round, you can see it's a 4.5 inch the distance on the rack there, and then we've got clearance down in here where the steering arm is. So that's a full lock on full droop. And that's what I was talking about the flat pack, how you might just have to grind just a little bit out of there on full droop. And when I let it down, that becomes greater. And you can see there's heaps of room there. Heaps of room with the caliper, and then everything misses. But that's the sort of thing you can do when you're putting your truck together. Now a couple other things, we've got a Howe control, a Howe reservoir. It's got the filter underneath, and that's what stores all your oil up in there. Now you can mount that anywhere in your truck. Then we've got the trophy truck power steering pump. You get the brackets that come with it that mount off your Chev, and then your alternator, like where your alternator normally goes, you put your power steering pump, and your alternator is a high top alternator, so that sort of comes up the top, and that's good because that's sort of out of the dust and the water and everything else. And your control valves in underneath. That's in the flat pack videos that you've already seen. But yeah, hopefully this gives you a bit of a rundown on what you can use, and mainly the sizes. So if you're thinking, right, I want to run 37-inch tyres, you know what pump and what steering rack you have to go to. If you're going to run 35s and you've got a 2.5-inch rack, and second-hand stuff or new. You know, there are a lot of teams out there that turn over their gear, so they'll only run a rack for a year and they'll get rid of it, and there's nothing wrong with it. So you can grab that because they've got a new rack. Or you go straight to new and you got everything, pop it in and forget about it. All your Hiems and everything that go with your steering, that's all in our Hiems package, our pivot package. So all your high miss spacers, all your nuts and bolts, your steering arms, everything just bolts straight in. But yeah, hopefully this has given you a bit of an idea on what to use, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.